Steph Curry, 47 points on 31 shots. I will stop talking so you can hear him talk.
The way he had been playing as of late, so, you know, it's no secret that we're a little injury plagued now, and you know, guys, you know, trying to just find their way back to the court. But you know, the moment is now. You got to try to have next man up mentality, like we always say, and just go out and fight. We did that tonight. We can play better, obviously, better on the defensive end. But I like the competitiveness that we had. Understanding, you know, like we're missing 50 points pretty much between KD and Klay, so we'll adjust, and it's a long series. You know, it's gonna be fun for us.
As of now, do you expect to see them or have them back on Friday?
I mean, I'm not sure. That process takes care of itself when, you know, with the work that they're putting in, our training staff and all that.
Janie, all the way in the back.
Hi, Steph. Janie McCauley from AP. Each time you had a big shot, it seemed like they found an answer every time from multiple guys. How difficult was that? I mean, they came down and hit big shot after big shot.
Yeah, they played well the whole game. Like you said, every time we made a run or got the crowd into it, they either made a tough three or there was a tough, you know, foul call and they slowed the tempo down or something went their way. So, you know, it's just how it goes sometimes. You have to tip the cap to, you know, all the guys that made, you know, pivotal plays in the right times. I think defensively in the first quarter we can get off to a better start to hopefully take a little bit of rhythm away. I think giving up 36 in the first quarter is tough, especially, you know, with a couple of guys down on our end. So we got to correct that for Game 4. But like you said, they played well. They deserve to win tonight.
In The Guardian, Steve Kerr told us before the game tonight that Klay was desperate to get on the court. What was his reaction when the training staff told him that he couldn't play? What was that like to witness?
I didn't see it, actually, so I don't really know if there were any fireworks or anything like that. But, you know, Klay was, like you said, he was giving it everything he had to be out there tonight. I think wisdom prevailed in terms of this is a potentially 7-game series, and you'd like to, you know, take advantage of tonight, but his overall health is important in terms of, you know, not taking away the rest of his, you know, of the series with something catastrophic happening. So hopefully he's back for Game 4.
Bill, second round.
In the absence of Durant, there we go, and Klay, Steph did get 47, which was a career high in the playoff. Not enough. Second most in an NBA Finals loss, trailing only LeBron James, 51 in Game 1 of the Finals last year, as many suggested on Twitter. Now Steph knows how LeBron feels. Mark Spears, the undefeated, joins us now. And Mark, you know the lay of the land with this Warrior team awfully well. This training staff is doing all it can to keep guys out there, but they're having a hard time doing that. Where do we think things stand with an eye on Game 4 as it relates to Kevin Durant?
Well, I saw Kevin walking out of Oracle, walking into the parking lot, and I'm like, yo, man, Game 4, what's going on? And he said, we'll see in the morning. That's about as optimistic as I've heard from him or anything surrounding him for a while. I also thought that Steve Kerr seemed pretty, you know, I wouldn't go enthusiastic, but somewhat positive before the game. So whatever's going on in the morning, I'm told it's an evaluation of what he could do and if he's ready. We should definitely know much more in the morning about Kevin Durant, but he seemed optimistic or somewhat optimistic that, you know, Friday was finally a possibility after being out for nearly a month.
I'm just curious, and I'll ask you some version of the same thing I asked Doris Burke earlier, I guess. It's just that is your sense, being around Golden State, that they felt like their best opportunity would be to win 3 games out of 4 with Klay and Kevin starting Friday as opposed to rolling any sort of dice tonight?
You know, they're not going to tell us anything.
I'm asking you what you think.
They hold everything to – yeah, I agree. I agree. I mean, Klay gets hurt tonight, And Steve said after the game, there's no way he would have been comfortable having him play. You know, that could have ruined him for the series. I talked to his father, Clay's father, Michael Thompson, before the game. He thought Clay was playing. He was asking me if he was. But if it was up to Clay, he would have played. But because, you know, the medical staff is certainly thinking long-term in this series, and there's, you know, they're going to fight to live another day. I mean, yeah, could Friday be the last game at Oracle? Yeah, it could be. But I think the gamble is correct, and perhaps you could finally see this lineup that they've been wishing to have all season together in the finals.
It's awfully interesting, man. I mean, and this is what we do. We talk in these moments and we think about where we are, but we still haven't seen all hands on deck. I think we all hope that that's what we get. And look, the Warriors are going to need it because Toronto's going to beat them if they don't have everybody. Mark, I appreciate your time, man. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
You heard Mark mention it would have been a gamble to play Clay. What do the odds makers think about Game 4? They're gonna. How can they know? They got to guess too, aren't they? Plus other things. Another half hour and change till 1 o'clock Eastern time. Raptors with a 14-point road win. Klay Thompson out for Game 3. First time missing a playoff game after playing at 120 straight. Kawhi has no interest in your fist bump, Norman Powell. Kevin Durant trying to hype up his man, Steph Curry. And obviously with KD out, with Klay out, you weren't going to have to ask Steph to pull. He did, and with great effectiveness. He shot 31 times. That's a playoff high for him this year. Curry managed to score or assist on 24 of the 29 points in the first quarter for Golden State. That was a big one there, but Danny Green hit a three on the other end right before the end of the quarter, and that to me was the story of this game. Anytime the Oracle's crowd got a little bit of juice, like, all right, here we come, Toronto's like, no, you don't. Lowry, Siakam. Kyle Lowry had a huge game. Siakam there. Buries it. Kawhi, patient, always patient. Probes the defense, kicks out to Kyle Lowry. All three of these. 11-point lead. Steph rattles one home. He had a 47-point night. 25 of them came in the first half, a career high for any half in the finals. Third quarter, you know what this team's capable of. The Avalanche, here it comes. Steph backdoor, 7-point game. But again, what happened? Anytime it got close, Kawhi's like, y'all having fun yet? Let me know when y'all having fun. Right back at you. Steph, down the lane. Actually works out better. Corner three, eye hole. Again, Steph doing what he could to keep his team in it. But the Raptors never, ever blinked. Fred VanVleet, man, that guy can play. Bogut, gonna have to give him some minutes with Looney out, and he's been pretty effective when he's played. Same story, 8-point game, 11-point game. Danny Green hit all 6 of his buckets were threes. Kind of a broken play sequence here, and Green hits it. Leads now 16. 7 threes in that third quarter. It's the Raptors that actually extend the lead during the third. That's normally the most dangerous time of the game against Golden State. Here, Draymond tries to force an alley-oop pass. Woo-woo-woo! Outlet! Instead, the dunk is Siakam. This guy's going to get nothing but better. Lowry. Tim Legler showed you this earlier. Great ball fake to get Draymond, who's flying at him off his feet. The step back, another three. Boogie, who was big in Game 2, limps off. Ice on that left Achilles area. And then Kawhi, this was a key moment here.
Should have been 4.
10-point game, VanVleet makes it 13. And he said it should have been an and one. He was right. Afterwards, everybody talking about Lowry, VanVleet, and Siakam on their guards' performance.
I think it was amazing. I think it was great tonight, just controlling the pace and then also finding his shots and looking to score. And you know, I think when he does, you know, both of those things, you know, and also with his hustle plays and on defense, and I think, you know, that's the whole package, Kyle. You know, when he does all of those things, and he's definitely the anchor of our team, and having him on the floor is definitely something that, you know, we cherish, and every time we're out there, we just, you know, continue to play, and he's our floor general.
Yeah, he was amazing. We knew Kyle was gonna have one of those games. I think that started a little sluggish in the first two. Wasn't getting the ball to bounce the way he wanted to, but he came out firing tonight, and he was big. So I think putting him on Steph early got his juices going a little bit, as a competitor. And he was unbelievable for us tonight. Every time we needed a bucket, he gave us one, and every time they made a run, he had an answer. So Kyle was unbelievable.
I had a little talk with him before the game, and his kind of comments to me was he was going to let it rip tonight. So that was good. You saw him aggressive in transition, but again, usually when he's going good, it means he's hitting the paint. He's attacking off the screen and roll and really getting downhill. That's usually a sign that he's got a lot of his offensive game and confidence going.
And as you can see, Kyle Lowry joins us now live. Kyle, good to visit with you, man. Congrats on a monster night. And it's interesting. Yesterday, Tim Bontemps was on with us, and he mentioned that you'd spoken and that you had told him something like you told your coach. You're going to be more aggressive. What is that state of mind, and how do you create that to have a night like tonight?
Well, it's just kind of making sure that you go out there and you understand that you're going to be in the road. And me being one of the veteran guys and one of the guys that have been, in this type of tough situation, tough environment, you want to be a little bit more aggressive. And I think the first couple of games I was a little bit passive and trying to let everybody get it going. And game one, Pascal and Mark had it going. Game two, guys, kind of we watched a little bit, but we knew coming into this game that they would come out effective and strong. But I had to come out there and be super aggressive and not, just jacking up shots, but just making sure we put myself and the team in position to be successful.
Danny sat in the same spot where you are right now earlier and talked about the key for him. And I get it. A shooter sees one goes in early, right? And it's like, all right, here we go. We lit the fuse. Mm-hmm. For you, what is it? Is it a drive in the lane? Is it get to the free throw? Like, what is it for you that's like your key to turn the switch on?
I don't know. I wish I could tell you. I wish I could put that special ingredient in there that I know exactly what it is. But I think it's just the pace. I think it's pushing the ball and getting to my spots a little bit, making sure I get in the paint, drive, kick, swing, taking the shots that are there, catching, shooting. I'm not worried about, what happens, just going out there and playing. And if I shoot, the mentality, if I shoot 2 for 20, then I shot 2 for 20. But I think that's the type of things that get me going, just kind of being aggressive and understand that, my team needs me to be that type of player.
You guys have won on the road in Philly. You win on the road in Milwaukee now, the biggest stage, brightest lights. You win on the road against Golden State. How do you best sort of sum up for me the level of confidence and the level of belief you guys have in one another right now as you're 2 wins away from what would be history for you and your guys?
I think we just got a professional team. I think we just got a bunch of guys who want to go out there and want to win at the highest level. We got a bunch of guys who just literally stay level-headed, and we understand the task at hand. We follow the game plan. We just continue to be, a tight-knit group. We know we're going to be in tough spots. We know guys are going to make mistakes, but, we communicate, talk it out, and keep it moving.
What happened when you got into the crowd and it looked like a dude grabbed you? Like, obviously you took offense. Was it what was said, or what happened there? Help me understand.
Well, if you watch it, he reached over and put his hands on me for no reason. And then he said a couple, some vocal words to me and repeated them repeatedly. But, in our league, there's no place for that. Honestly, I hope he's never allowed to come to an NBA game because he shouldn't have did that. There is no place for that, and and luckily, they threw him out. I talked to the league's security already, and explained myself. And I don't really, the fans have a place. We love our fans, but fans like that, they shouldn't be allowed to be in there because it's not right. And I can't do nothing to protect myself. But the league does a good job, and hopefully they ban them from all NBA games ever.
Were you able, it seemed just to watch you play, but it seems like, okay, so you get mad in the moment, but you step back between the lines and then it was over. Like, it didn't seem to me like you were carrying around any kind of a fog, so to speak. So you're able to put it behind you immediately?
Yeah, my teammates, always do a good job of saying, look, don't worry about it, they'll handle it. I said, listen, we have the best league out there. Our professional league is the best league there is, and we have great people around. They watched the video, the official said, look, they're going to watch the video, boom, boom, boom. They throw them out, and, for me, it was just about continuing to stay in the moment, staying level-headed. I got a little mad, but my teammates pulled me back and said, listen, don't worry about it. Let's go out here and win this game.
All right, let's close with something totally different that's a whole lot more fun to talk about. I just need to know about Coach Nurse's logo on his hat. Like, I'm obsessed with this. Like, to me, it's quite a flex. And your head shake and smile tells me all I need to know. Because, like, to me, I joked on Twitter, I'm going to slap my logo on a hat, and I'm selling him. If he's got NN on the hat, like, what's the story with that?
I don't know. Honestly, I didn't know what it was until, like, maybe, like, April. I'm like, what is that? It's not really a logo, it's his initials.
Yeah, but your man has a logo. He's got 2 lowercase n's that are black on black. Like, that's a logo, man. He's got his thing.
That's not a logo. That is his initials. That is all that is. That is his initials. But if you want to if we want to say it's a logo, listen, congratulations, Nick Nurse. You have a cool logo.
But you guys heckle him, don't you? You have to, right?
No. We heckle him when he does stuff and he tells stories, and it's like, you know, dude, what are you talking about? Let's watch this film. That's when we heckle him.
Okay, good enough. Now I know. Now I understand. Congrats on the game tonight. You played obviously fantastic, and I appreciate you sitting down. Good to visit. All right, be well.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Be well.
Yep, you as well.